Hello, hey, good day. It is Wednesday, February the 5th, 2020. Thank you for turning into the Teal Jack channel. I greatly appreciate you taking time out of your day to come watch one of my videos. What I've got for you today is what took place last night. Last night was the President's State of the Union address to the nation. Now, I didn't watch it, and I watched it for one specific reason, and that was the last several times I've watched it, or at least the last time that I can recall that I watched it, I got tired of watching Nancy Pelosi behind the president. And the last time I watched, it seemed like every time he would say something, she would have some sort of disdain or disagreement to him and would just kind of clap out of, well, because I have to. But there was always this, with her, this unbelievable disrespect to the president that I did not see with when the Republicans were in control and Obama was up there giving his State of the Union address. So this time I chose not to watch, but I did come in just in time to see the last little bit of his speech. I wanted to hear part of it. I did listen to parts in other places when I was in the house. I did hear parts of it. So I didn't have to watch it, but I did hear some of his speech. And you know what? From what I did hear and what I did gather, I liked what he had to say. I thought it was a very positive message. And then I caught wind today or this morning because my daughter mentioned it when she watched yesterday that Rush Limbaugh got an award. So I watched a little bit of that. And, you know, to me, that's a pretty incredible thing that during the State of the Union address, an award is given to one of the nation's citizens. Now, you don't have to be a big Rush Limbaugh fan. I certainly wasn't in the 90s when I worked in a bike store and had a manager who had to listen to Rush Limbaugh every single day. Did I agree with everything he said? For the most part, I just got tired of hearing him because it just went on and on and on with Clinton and all the stuff Clinton was doing. And, you know, I just got tired of it. But was he spot on with what he was saying? In most cases, yes, he was. And so I was in agreement with Rush. I just got tired of listening to Rush. I'd much rather listen to music. But still, it's a pretty big thing that he got an award last night. Now, one of the highest honors, apparently, that's given to a U.S. citizen from the federal government. So, congratulations, Rush. Excellent achievement. An incredible day for the U.S. And it's, in many ways, an incredible day for those who are in the media doing news, radio, internet videos through YouTube, that you can be acknowledged for a lot of hard work that you've put in to bringing forth the news or bringing out corruption that takes place in our government. And I think another one of those that should achieve one of these awards would be John Stossel. Lifelong, looks at facts, does research, and then will make his complaints. And he'll go against Republicans or Democrats if they're doing something that's just not right or wasting money of the taxpayers. So anyway, congratulations, Russ. Second thing that I wanted to bring up with this whole speech that was given was, you know, he acknowledged the Tuskegee Airmen, one of the last survivors, 100 years old. That's incredible that this many years later, one of those heroes from World War II is receiving acknowledgement before our nation, would be the way to put it, during the address. So I found that to be an incredible moment as well. And then there was the very end. And I know this has been making its rounds across the news. It's been kind of like the talk of the day. I'm going to give you my take on it. And so here it is. The end of his speech, what I would consider a pretty good speech. I don't know if it's incredible because, like I said, I didn't listen to the entirety of it. But what I heard was great and excellent and spot on. So Nancy Pelosi. Few things about Nancy Pelosi that drive me nuts. And one of them is every time she sits there with the speech, she does this thing with her mouth. It makes me wonder if she's got some sort of Tourette syndrome or something going on. Because she's constantly, this mouth thing she does. And you can see she's just got utter disdain, utter hatred for the president. And you just see it in her face, her facial expressions, her mouth expressions, and what she's doing with her mouth. You could tell she doesn't like what he is saying. And I would say, take it one step further, is that you can tell she does not like this guy, that she really does hate the president. In spite of what she says to the news media, about it. She obviously cannot stand this guy, and there is utter disdain and hatred. And the final draw for that evening was the fact that he's still standing there at the podium, gave a pretty decent speech, at least from what I heard, and then she rips up his speech. She ripped up the speech before the American people. You want to talk about utter disrespect? There it was, displayed for all people to see, not only in America, but worldwide when people pick up this news story or they happen to catch the glimpse of the speech on the internet. And she rips it up right there in front. You know, I know you tried so hard, Nancy, to impeach this guy. Your evidence was lacking. You've tried impeaching him on grounds that are unconstitutional. You have put forth a bunch of people to go forth to try and get this guy removed from office. It didn't work. Your evidence was lacking. And I would say today is going to be a day where the president is going to be exonerated one more time. He's going to be acquitted. And as far as I'm concerned, that's being exonerated. Why? Because he did nothing wrong. And you haven't found grounds to actually, should we say, execute a proper impeachment. And in many ways, what this has done is opened up further grounds for people to just bring forth any sort of political complaint they have against the president and try and get him impeached for it and waste taxpayer dollars. And that to me is just absolute disrespect for not only our country, but for all the citizens that live in this country. And then to rip up a speech under which a Tuskegee Airman is acknowledged and in many ways praised, to rip up a speech in which a U.S. citizen receives one of the highest medals a civilian can receive from the government, and you rip up that speech before the American people, that is such disrespect, and should I state even further, utter hatred of our president. It was right there all over your face as you ripped up page after page. And, you know, as I was watching the end of the speech, the other thing that drove me nuts was she kept playing with the speech papers. You know, putting them together, setting them down, putting them together, setting them down, flipping pages over. I can understand the flipping pages as you're probably trying to, or I should say, as she was trying to follow along with a speech she didn't like in the first place. And she's fidgeting the entire time. It drove me insane. Just sit still. Give respect as was given to Barack Obama. Give respect, number one. And it's hard for anybody to want to respect her when she does this before the American people. And as far as I'm concerned, the people of California, specifically where she's from, in that horrendous city called San Francisco, needs to boot her little fanny from office just for the stunt she has been pulling here of late. Impeaching the president when she said there wouldn't be impeachment unless it was bipartisan, which there was none. And now this utter disrespectful display. I was shocked and stunned to see she would pull this stunt before the American people. And I know she'll criticize me, and she criticizes others for saying that she doesn't hate the president. I believe she does. I believe fully in her heart. And in many ways, to me, her sitting there in white is like the Skeletor sitting there looking to try and find a way to take down He-Man. That's what it comes across. And, you know, I'm just sorry to put it that way, but she to me looks like Skeletor as she was sitting there. Utter disrespect, utter despise in her eyes, utter hatred. If looks could kill, she was flat out giving it to the back of the president's head. You know, in many ways, you might actually think she might want to pull out a Derringer and take him out, like Lincoln was taken out. That's the kind of disrespect and hate that I saw in her eyes last night. And for somebody who's constantly saying she's praying to the president, I got one question. Who in the world is she praying to? Because I've heard she's supposed to be a Catholic, and yet she stands up for the killing of babies. Her policies are completely contrary to the Christian belief and Christian faith. So how in the world can she call herself a Catholic? Why? Because she attends Mass once in a while? Her actions show otherwise. Let's not look past that. And let's hold this woman accountable for her bad acts and what she has done. And let's get her removed from office. Citizens of San Francisco, citizens of California, you've got to boot that woman's butt from office. I'm sorry to put it that way. I'm being blunt, but there it is. Kick her fanny out. She needs to be removed. And while you're at it, take that lying Adam Schiff with her. Get these people out of office. Get that disrespectful Maxine Waters out of office. Eric Swalwell out of office. They need to be removed. No more than the disrespectful email I got from Earl Blumenauer last night, who was praising the fact that he wasn't giving the president time of day and wasn't there for this speech. These people just have nothing but hate in their eyes, hate in their heart. They can't stand America. They're trying to make it into their god-awful vision for what America should be in their eyes, and we need to remove them from office. I think the ones here in Oregon, they've got no chance of being removed. Unfortunately, we're stuck with Blumenauer. Nancy Pelosi, I have a feeling is the same way. Swalwell, I believe, is the same way. Maxine Waters, the same way. Adam Schiff, I believe it's all the same thing. These people won't be removed because the West Coast is so far to the left that they can't even see straight anymore, and truth is no longer in their hearts or in their eyes. But there you have it. There's my thoughts for the day. Nancy Pelosi needs to be removed, should be done immediately. Unfortunately, it's done by a vote. I wish there was some other way we can remove these people from office. I got an idea: term limits. We need to instill term limits. That way, this old cheese that's crusty and moldy can get out and be removed, and we can put in fresh blood with fresh ideas that will actually stand up for the Constitution instead of attacking it every shape and whim they can. There's my thoughts. Term limits. We need them. We need them now. We put them on the president. Now they need to get on our Congress and our Senate. My thoughts for the day? Put your comments below. I'd love to hear from you and what you think. Take care. God bless. Have a wonderful afternoon. And be ready. The president will not be impeached after tonight. He will be acquitted. I guarantee it. I don't believe they have the votes. They have not made their case. So there you have it. There's my thoughts on Nancy Pelosi and the speech last night. If you like my video content, please do me a favor. Hit like and subscribe. Turn the little bell on. You'll know when I posted a new video. Please put your comments down below. I'd love to hear back from you, whether they're positive or negative. I want to see them. Put them down below. I'll take a look at them. Have an excellent afternoon, a wonderful day, and happy Acquittal Day. Take care. God bless. See you next time. If you like my content, I just ask that you would hit like and subscribe. If you click on this link up here, it will send you right to my subscribe page. And please take a look at some of my other videos. I'll post them here down below here. And thanks once more for tuning in. I'm so appreciative of the people that spend time to watch my videos. Take care. God bless. Have a wonderful day.